Good evening, everyone. My name is Tarunpal Gandhi, and in this particular video, we will be talking about critical thinking, how you can develop critical thinking, and what are the ways by performing which you can develop critical thinking in your attitude. So, stay tuned with us and watch the video till end. What is critical thinking? What does the term critical thinking mean to you? The ability to think clearly and rationally is important, whatever we choose to do. If you work in education, research, finance, management, or the legal profession, then critical thinking is obviously important. But critical thinking skills are not restricted to a particular subject area. Being able to think well and solve problems systematically is an asset for any career. Critical thinking defined: a purposeful and organized mental process that we use to understand the world and make informed decisions. Critical thinking involves asking questions to come up with potential solution to different problems. Now, what is critical thinking? Productive. Thinking that goes beyond observing and recalling facts. Critical. Being able to ask questions and gather information. Weighing and solving. When you think critically, you weigh evidence, solve problems, and make decisions. Creating and applying. When you think critically, you create new ideas and turn information into a tool by applying what you have learned in previous situations and to new situations. Stop and think. Can you think of a time when you had a critical thinking response to a situation? What did you do? Example: you had to get a B on a paper to pass a course, but you got a C. A non critical thinking response would be to say that you did not pass the course. A critical thinking response would identify potential solutions, like asking the instructor if you can redo the paper, asking if you can do another assignment to add another grade to your average, or retaking the course. Think about the example. One way the case is closed, the other way options are revealed and explored. Possibilities open up, and you can take action to improve the situation. Can you think of a time when you had a non critical thinking response to a situation? What could you have done differently? How can you incorporate the principles of critical thinking into your academic life? Critical thinking and college. Being able to think critically in college will help you better understand what you learn, evaluate different perspectives, evaluate other people's ideas. How do they conflict with others? How are they similar? Ask open ended questions: why, how, what, if. These will assist you in gathering more information and narrow your focus when faced with an overwhelming problem. Explain your answers. If you own your thought and are responsible for creating them, you will be better able to explain what you are thinking and answer questions. Critical thinking in college. Learn to think more critically in all aspects of your education. The following slides discuss active learning, active reading, and critical writing. Now, what does it mean to be an active learner? Getting involved instead of remaining disengaged in the classroom, asking questions, taking notes, thinking as you are listening, conversing with other students and the instructor about ideas. Taking initiative to make your own decisions instead of waiting passively to be told what to do. Following through and commitments and assignments instead of giving up. Taking responsibility for your decisions and thoughts instead of blaming others or events beyond your control. Tips for active learning. If possible, choose instructors that are actively engaged you in classroom. Prepare for class by reading your textbook and reviewing notes from previous classes. Ask questions, put what you learn into your own words. Summarize your notes and readings. Tips for active learning. Study with other students. Thinking about assignments and getting other points of view will help you learn the material faster and more thoroughly. Thinking critically about others' opinion and thoughts help to clarify your own. Use your resources: instructors, other students, the library, tutors, academic advisors, books, etc. The more people and resources you form working relationship with, the better your chance of success in reaching your goal. Being active. Now I'm giving you an activity which you can perform at your home. What specific things can you do to increase your level of active learning? You'll have to mention all these things on a paper. The next slide begins the discussion on active learning. Stop and think. What does it mean to be an active learner? What can you do as you read to increase your understanding of the material? Active reading. To understand what you read, you must be able to identify the author's thesis, main idea, understand the author's line of reasoning from the paragraph to paragraph, briefly explain the main points and line of reasoning to someone who has not read the passage. Tips for reading actively. Pause after reading each paragraph to mentally summarize what have read. Ask yourself, what is the main idea? What are the major supporting facts? Where is the discussion likely to go from here? Focus on understanding the main idea, identifying supporting evidences, and distinguishing between main points and minor details. The next slide lists keywords and phrases that author used to sign how a discussion is organized. Being aware of these words and phrases will help you understand the main idea and details of a passage. Signal words and phrases. These words signal that the author is contrasting, identifying offenses between two concepts alternatively rather than by contrast, while however yet on the other hand, these words signal that the author is comparing, identifying similarities between two concepts. Similarly, just as in the same way, two analogous, also parallel as likewise. These words signal evidence, factual information used to support the author's argument, because since in light of these words signal a logical conclusion based upon the preceding material, consequently thereof in conclusion as a result then accordingly thus. Being active. What specific skills can you work on to increase your level of active reading? This is your second activity, and you can write down all those things on a piece of paper. The next slide begins with a discussion on active learning. Stop and think. Do you have a process of approaching writing assignments? How productive is it? How could you improve your writing? Critical writing. 3 steps to better writing. Pre-writing, writing, drafting. Rewriting, revising. Okay, pre-writing. Pre-writing includes preparing to write by reading signed works, completing your research, taking notes, and creating outlines, exploring the topic by asking questions which you will eventually answer in your essay paper, writing your through rough ideas which you will come back to and expand on. Pre-writing should take up most of your time during the writing process. Writing. If you have done the proper pre-writing, thinking, researching, note-taking, outlining, your thoughts will already be developed and your mind will be primed and ready for the task of writing. Thus, writing the first draft should take a limited amount of your time during the writing process. Writing. After completing the first draft, you need to revise, edit, and rewrite. Work with a writing tutor in the vocal center to get feedback and learn ways to improve your writing. Rewriting will take more time than writing your first draft. Tips for critical writing. Be willing to say, I don't know. Don't jump to conclusions too quickly. Good questions take time and patience to answer. Don't substitute a strong belief for real knowledge or fact. Test your opinions in light of the evidence and be willing to change your mind. Explain your point of view with evidence. Judge an argument on its merit, not on the basis of who said it. Use reliable scholarly resources, access research databases, and get assistance from the peers library staff. You can access the library online at librarypeers.edu. Writing tips. As you can see, these are the writing tips you can follow, you can perform. You can take a screenshot of this particular slide. Okay, critical thinking summary. Think critically by accepting your current knowledge to new situations. You can incorporate critical thinking skills into your academic life by evaluating different perspectives, asking questions, and explaining your answers. Be an active learner by asking questions, getting involved, and taking responsibility. Read actively by summarizing in your own words and looking for single words to help you better understand main points and details. Improve your writing by pre-writing, drafting, and revising. So this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. May God bless you all, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this in future. Thank you so much.